Hi, everybody. Jacqui Duran, independent Scentsy consultant. I think we're all here. I know this is a little earlier in the day than what we normally do. There we go. But, life sometimes just gets in the way of our plans. So, in order to compensate and still get my video out for the week, because I think that's very important, just kind of moving things around. So, got home from the doctor, trying to take it easy and rest. But the beauty of working my Scentsy business is that I can still do it. Yeah, I can. So, let's talk about April. Is anybody else extremely excited for April? I can't even get over the fact that we have this amazing warmer. We have this amazing scent. We just came off a fantastic month of March with our join special. So I know a lot of us probably had some new team members join, and if not, that's okay. If you don't have any team members yet, don't worry, they will come if that's truly what direction you want your business to go. You just have to kind of focus on that perspective of your business. So it kind of depends on where you're at in your journey. I think for today, what I really wanted to talk about was more of launching your business, your Scentsy business, because again, we did have a nice group of consultants joining us last month. So I want to make sure that everybody's starting out on the right foot as much as we can possibly get them there. So if you're one of those people who just joined, you have found the right spot to be in. We do these training calls or training videos every single Tuesday. I've started doing them in this live Google format hangout. So if you will send me a friend request through Google Plus, then I can add you to my circle so that way you'll get notified when these go out. Normally, I do these in the afternoon after I get home from work. But like I said, out of work, having some pain. So gonna go ahead and do it early in the day to make sure it gets done. So roll with the punches, right? I'm sitting here looking at my April, and I'm still in awe of it. I personally am trying to really work my business around pushing myself. And when I mean pushing myself, that means really trying to keep myself accountable and on track, because I have a really cool goal that I am personally shooting for. Sorry, cat's getting in the window. And that would be director. I am a superstar consultant, so I've been teetering on the edge of getting close to hitting director a couple of times. So it's to the point now to where I'm like, I can taste this. I can taste it. So I'm very excited. So that is my personal focus for me and my business right now. So if you are subscribed, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if not, go ahead and catch it on the playback on YouTube. But if you're interested, I'm going to be doing, I thought about this over the last couple of days. I'm going to do like a day in the life kind of vlog feeling to some videos on my journey to working on becoming a Scentsy director. So I don't really do anything fancy or completely out of the box. I try and stay with my feet planted on the ground, and I work this business on as my second career, right? I have my job during the day, and then Scentsy comes in as that second career. So I kind of work my business around that schedule, and then around, of course, life and everything else that happens. So, so I wish that I could dedicate more of my day, the hours in my day, to my Scentsy, but I can't. And therefore, I'm kind of hopefully being able to show you guys that it truly doesn't take you having to spend 8 hours a day working your Scentsy business to be able to get to where you want to go. Okay, by dividing and conquering your Scentsy business, I think it's able to help piece it out for you, so you're able to touch upon all aspects of your business every single week and still be able to be on track and on schedule and growing your business. It's fantastic, right? Like I said, I've been doing this for a while. My team is doing amazing. I believe that we welcomed 9 new team members last month, if I remember from the other day when I was doing my monthly honor roll video. So if you guys haven't caught that, I'll try and link that up there in the card so you can catch that. But I'm super excited and proud of my team. They rocked it. We had a double promotion. We had 3 big promotions. It was an amazing month. It really, really was very exciting. So going into April, like I said, today I really wanted to focus on you guys who just joined. And even if you didn't just join, but you're wanting to kind of kick your business into gear, this is a really great way to be able to do it. So we call it launching our business. So with a launch party when we first join, but honestly, you don't have to just be starting out your business to be able to do that launch. You can always do a relaunch at any time in your business. Remember, this is your business, so get creative. Have fun with it. Get creative. So if your sales have kind of flatlined over the last month or so, then what better way to kind of reboot and reorganize than with a new, fresh relaunch? Give it a fun theme. Maybe do like a spring fling, kind of, play on words with spring cleaning, but you're doing it for spring and you're relaunching your business in the spring, or give it a garden party theme. You're blooming. Everything's blooming right now, right? Lots of different ways that you can have fun. If you're not into the home party scene, which I don't do a whole lot of home parties, unfortunately. I'd love to, but I don't have the customers who have time for those. But so it doesn't have to just be the home party. It can be online parties. You can use Google Hangout as a really great way to be able to do a live interactive party, even if it's with somebody out of state. It can even be somebody who's local, but just, again, can't find the time to have that home party, or they don't want to clean, or their house just isn't big enough, or, they're just those people who just don't want people in their home, but they're still maybe kind of interested in having that Scentsy party. So remember to kind of always keep that in the back of your customers' minds when you're talking to them about booking parties or hosting a party for you. It doesn't just have to be that traditional home party. Like I said, we've got the magic of social media now at our fingertips, right? This Google Hangout is a fantastic way to be able to do that, because your host can join live with you when you're live and streaming. They can send the link to their customers so they can watch right along from home. You could be here like me right now, demonstrating the products, going through any, items that you would normally go if you were literally face-to-face in person with that group of people. And it's also really great too to be able to do that, because when you do these Google Hangouts, they will actually automatically upload to your YouTube channel. So hopefully you've got a Gmail account, because it's really all you need to kind of get started. So you can create this, you can do your party. It will automatically upload to your YouTube channel based upon your email that you have. And then what it will do is it will be able to be there for playback at any time. So let's say you do this online streaming party on like a Tuesday evening, but a lot of the guests who are going to log on in real time, maybe they couldn't do it during the week and could only participate on the weekend, or maybe later on it was too early, what have you. They can always go back to that video. So you're able to kind of leave that party open for, I don't recommend more than 2 weeks. I really don't. I really like to keep my parties within that 1 week thing, 1 week time bracket, if I'm doing a party in that kind of a nature, just because you don't want people waiting too long for their orders, right? So if somebody were to place an order when you very first did the party, but then you're not closing it for another 2 weeks, it's a long time waiting for product. So unless you're prepared to tell them that and give them that information up front, hey, just so you know, FYI, I am not putting this order in until the 11th, then maybe they know, and they're fine with that. But you want to make sure that you communicate that out when you're closing the party. So again, it's a really good way to be able to do that. You don't have to leave your house, right? Your guest and your host, they don't have to leave their houses. They can log on with their phones. You know, it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort to have those virtual parties. Of course, there is always the good old-fashioned Facebook party, and Facebook, you know, they've got their updates going on all the time. They now have the Facebook Live feature, so you can, again, live stream through your Facebook. A couple of things that you want to remember when you're live streaming parties, whether it's Facebook Live, whether it's Google Hangout Live, and then it's going to your YouTube or Periscope, any of those live streaming sources. Remember, those are still open public forums. So if you're doing any kind of personal specials, you don't want to put that in your video or in your live streaming. You could do make it into a fun game, make them email you or text you to play along. Here, text me now and play along with me in my game. Something like that. You see how I'm kind of alluding to it, but I'm not spilling the beans out here on the video. So then that way the guests that are watching live, or you can say, you know, text me before Friday, before the party closes, and you can get in on this special, or, you know, be entered to win, what have you. And then that way it's communicating with people, bringing them back to that private background. And it also kind of works really well when you do that, because A, it encourages participation within the party, and B, it really opens up that one-on-one communication with that customer or guest or host or what have you. And when you've got that one-on-one communication open, what does that allow you to do? That allows you to really be able to narrow down, get to know them. What are they looking for? What scents do they like? Help them pick something out. Offer, if you are doing any kind of a personal special or incentive, to be able to do it that way and talk to them about it. But it also gives you that opportunity, again, just to kind of feel them out and get to know them. This could be someone who maybe they've got like they're like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with everything. I don't know what to choose. I love those people, because that's when you can turn around and say, well, hey, you can book a party with me. I've got dates open still in April and in May, and you can book a party, take those items from your wish list, and then with your host rewards, you're able to get it at a better discount and for free or half price. So it's a really good way to be able to open up that booking seed. And it's also another great way to be able to also plant the seed of joining your team. So again, just because you're talking to them about booking a party, just because you're talking to them about joining your team, doesn't mean that everybody's going to do it. But statistics obviously show the more people that you're offering the opportunity to either host or join, the more people that are eventually going to host or join for you. I mean, that's just the way it goes with anything, really. The more that you talk about it, the more chances you put out there. The way that I like to refer to it as the more seeds you plant, the more flowers are going to have a chance of blooming. So launching your Scentsy business really, really hinges upon those first parties. And then after you get that launch done, then it really goes into that follow-up section, which we've covered before. And I think I've got a video that talks just about follow-up. If so, I'll try and link it up there in a card. If not, maybe we'll save that topic for next week and go over that next week. But launching your Scentsy business is truly brass tacks, spreading the word that you are now a Scentsy consultant, getting your name out there as much as you possibly can. I always say that Scentsy sells itself, and the reason that it sells itself is because people experience it and they absolutely love it. Okay, they love it. A really great way, obviously. Sorry, I'm just in pain. A really great way is to pass out samples. So this weekend I did my massive sample making episode. I do one of those every single month with the scent of the month. So I made up all my samples. I've got, I think it's like 80 here, so I need to get these ready to go for tomorrow so I can get these out in the mail. Oh my god, this bag smells flipping amazing. All Country Plum, of course, the scent of the month. So here is what my samples look like. So you'll see all I did, you can kind of see the mold there. What I did is I just used a bag. I used one of the rub and sniff stickers, put it on the front to mark what it is, and then my wax sample goes in there. And then what I do is I either, depending on if I'm handing them out, because if I'm handing them out, then I actually will staple it to the monthly special flyer, and I will have these to go out. And of course, on the back goes all of my information. So I love being able to hand out samples because I honestly feel that by handing them out, you are being able to create more of a personalized relationship if you can. But again, I have a lot of customers who are out of state. So I like to go to the post office once a week. And so for those, I actually order, these are postcards that I've ordered off of Vistaprint. And if you guys are familiar with Vistaprint, it's Vista, VISTAPRINT.com. You can get on there, you can upload images, you can create postcards. They've got great templates, all that kind of stuff. And they always are running really great sales. So normally when I buy my postcards, it's when they're doing a sale or I've got a coupon to get some discount. But so this is how I make them up. Obviously that's my image there. And it just says a new Scentsy sample from Jacqui is here. And of course, branding, you know, my Scentsy website and then also my Facebook fan page. And then on the back, what I do is it just says sharing Scentsy love, my name, my information, my phone number. And it just says, you know, here's the newest scent. Sharing Scentsy love is what I do. Please enjoy the sample from me. This scent sample is, and I do that because I leave it blank because I use these cards mainly for my monthly scent of the month mail outs, but not every single time am I always going to be giving a sample of just the scent of the month. So it might be that I just, you know, I'm trying to focus on a scent, or I've got a new favorite and I ordered some extra bars. So now I want to get it out there in the hands of my customers and send those out. So that's why I leave that blank. But then what I'll do is, so for these, for example, I'll get on here and then I will actually just staple this to the card here. And then it goes in an envelope and I mail it out. It just takes one stamp to get those off in the mail. But I think by being able to get it into their hands, get them experiencing Scentsy, the stuff smells amazing, guys. By getting them to experience it, it really, truly does make a huge difference. So if you're really looking to get your name out there, I highly suggest making up some samples. Now, again, I've used molds. That's just what I use for my one big monthly sample making fiasco. But you can also use a crinkle cutter, or you can just cut pieces of a bar off, put it in the bag, send it out that way too. Whatever floats your boat on how you do your samples. Perfectly fine with me. So that's a really great way to be able to spread that word. Again, make those up and carry them with you in your purse or something, you know, again, with the flyers, or even if it's just a postcard, or even if it's just the samples themselves. Pass them out. Now, if it's just the samples themselves, what I do recommend is if you're doing it this way, then to, I'm over there, stick one of your labels on it, on the back of the bag, because then that way you're branding it. So it's got your name, phone number, website, whatever it is that you put on your stickers or labels, and stick it on the back of the bag, because you never want anything to go out into someone's hands without getting on there and branding it, because you don't want them to forget who they got it from. And if they've got questions or really like it, or maybe they love it so much they're like, OMG, I now need to host a party, you want them to be able to contact you. So that's a great way to be able to hopefully get some new hosts by being able to have them experience it. Reach out if you are truly just starting out. Remember, do your list of 100. It is in your new consultant guide that came in your starter kit. If you haven't yet gotten your starter kit, don't worry, it's on its way to you. But in the meantime, all you have to do is go to your workstation, log in, click on the resources tab. And then when you're on the resources tab, there'll be a little drop down. It'll say categories. And if you click on that, it'll do a drop down. Click on new consultant. And then what that's going to do is it's going to open up to a couple different things. It's going to open up to the Scentsy consultant guide, which is what is coming in your starter kit. It goes over literally everything about being a consultant. It also has your amazing list of 100. That's really a great brainstorming technique to get you thinking about people that maybe you haven't quite thought of in asking them to either host or join your team. By being able to go down and make that list of 100, it's never a static tool. I'm trying to think of the right word. Can't think today. But what I mean by static is it's not to say that it doesn't change, because my list of 100 has changed at least probably half a dozen times since I joined back in 2012. So it's perfectly okay. Just like we can relaunch our business at any time, it's perfectly okay to redo that list of 100 because you've now met new people, right? So it's a really great way, and it's a great resource to be able to have to kind of go back to. And so when you're doing, whenever it is that you do your follow-ups, your calls, or your booking blitzes, things like that, to try and really book parties and get those things going, that's a list that you're going to want to refer back to. So again, it can be ever changing. You can always be adding to it, removing others, putting new ones on. It just kind of depends on how things are flowing for you. It's a really great resource. But launching your business is truly just that. It's launching your business. So when you're starting out, you are launching it. You are shouting it from the rooftops. I am a Scentsy consultant. And you're letting the world know. If you can't find a host to host for you to say, hey, I really want to do a launch party. I started this brand new Scentsy business. Would you mind hosting for me? And everybody you know, all your friends and family, that's usually who we reach out to first, right? Even if they're not interested, usually at least sometime they'll do it for us. But maybe you've done that and nobody is interested in hosting, and nobody's hosting a home party, nobody's hosting a Facebook party or online party or anything at all, right? It's just dead in the water. So what do you do at that point? What do you do? Well, it certainly doesn't mean that you throw in the towel and say, well, I gave it a shot. No. All you need to do is just kind of, again, reboot. Hit the reboot button. Okay, well, that didn't work. Now what am I going to do? I think that it's really nice to be able to be involved if you're involved in any other outside communities or programs or clubs, things like that. Even if it's the PTA at the kids' school, maybe it's at church, maybe it's at, I don't know, whatever can be local to you. Maybe you go to a gym once a week, or you go to a yoga class, things like that. Being able to, those are people that would probably be on your list of 100, right? People that you maybe don't totally know, but you know them well enough to, when you walk into your gym or whatever, you're like, oh, hi, how are you today? It's a really great way to start, again, getting your name out there and reaching out past that inner circle of people that you know. So that's why that list of 100 comes in very handy, because it allows you to kind of branch out. And what's the big deal if somebody says no? Is it the end of the world? Is everything going to fall apart? Does that mean your Scentsy business is just done and over with? Oh my gosh, no. If I quit the first time that I heard no, then yeah, I would have quit probably at least 200 times since I joined. But I didn't quit, because why? It's not hurting my feelings because I don't want to host a party. That's okay. I'm just moving on to the next person. I'm trying to be able to give them something, because with host rewards, they get things at free and half price. If people love Scentsy, why are they spending full price on it? I don't know. They need to be hosting parties. So by handing out samples when you go out, things like that. And you don't even have to have those conversations when you're handing stuff out. And maybe it's not samples, maybe it's just a product list, or you've got some catalogs on hand and you walk into the gym or you walk into the yoga studio and you're like, oh, hey, is it okay if I leave a couple of these on the tables? Or when you're at your doctor's office, like where I was, what do you think I left sitting on the table with the magazines? Yeah, I left a catalog and I left a postcard with a scent sample stapled to it. So whoever the lucky person is who got that, I don't know. But yeah, so I just kind of leave it wherever I go. Put it out there. Again, it's just more of me getting my name out there. And that's truly, honestly, that is the hustle in launching your business when you're first starting out. Again, making a couple of posts on Facebook is not going to help you create a business. You've got to be able to really hustle it out, right? You've got to be actively working it. The posts are great. Do not stop if that's what you're doing. And even if you haven't had any interaction, just don't stop. Continue what you're doing, because trust me, it's happened hundreds, well, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of times where, I'll continue to post. I think nobody's even paying attention. And then lo and behold, I'll get a PM one day from somebody who is a Facebook friend. And they're like, hey, you still do that Scentsy thing? I see your posts every so often. And I kind of want to get my mom something for Mother's Day. Yes, I do. So somebody is looking at my posts. So it's kind of nice and encouraging. So even though they're not hitting the like button and they're not commenting, don't think that they're not never looking at it. Just don't overwhelm them. But launching that business, like I said, it can happen when you're first starting out, and announce it. It's like your grand opening. Okay. Announce it. Be proud of it. Share that spirit you have for launching your business. You just started a business. Oh my goodness. You need to be shouting it from the rooftops. And if you're out of that group to where you just didn't just join, but maybe your business is flatlined, you're ready to kind of perk it back up again, do a relaunch. And again, do the same thing. There's nothing wrong with shouting that information out. Hey guys, I am relaunching my business. Who is super excited? Who wants to have a coloring party and come over and color this warmer? Or have a spring fling in my backyard. We're going to do a cookout. We're going to do everything else. Because what happens if everybody's saying no and nobody's hosting a party for you? Host your own party, whether that's your own home party, whether that's your own Google Hangout, Facebook party, just a straight online party, whatever it is. Maybe you're just carrying around the pouch or the bag. Either way, you should be being your own host to start it out then, if that's what it takes. And that's what it took for me. I was actually my own host for quite some time. And that is truly how I started initially building my business, was just continuing to collect orders and having these, parties that I'd carry around with me. I still do it every single month. I do a rolling party. I do. And it's just those individual orders that I collect and I add to that party order in and of itself. And then once it's hit the host rewards, I cash it out. So it's a really great way for me to be able to get my Scentsy at a discounted rate, but still be able to, have my sales throughout the month and be able to keep my business growing and working at all times. So a really great way to stay on track. You guys know me. I'm always going to throw it out there. Use a planner. Use some means to be able to organize your business. So you'll see, here's my April. I've got it all lined out. And you guys know that this month, what I'm really, really, really trying to tackle is, there it is, my journey to director. So that's what I'm really focusing on, is trying to put myself in that director mindset. So that's what I'm working towards in my business. So it doesn't mean that there might not be a little mini relaunch within this month just for me. Again, doesn't matter how long you've been a consultant. It just matters that you are working that business. You can relaunch your business as many times as you need to. There's no rule that says that you cannot. It's your business. You are the CEO. You are the boss of your business. So make those decisions. What direction do you want your business to go? Do you want it to continue to flatline, or do you want it to rock out? And do you want to be with me on the way to director? Which is it? Which is it? I hope it's the latter. I hope that you're following along. I hope that you guys are getting yourselves organized. You're pumping yourself and your customers up, that you are the Scentsy consultant in their life, that you are there for whatever they might need. Push yourself outside of that comfort bubble. If it takes taking your bag party and your testers with you everywhere you go, take them everywhere you go. Challenge yourself for 1 week to carry that bag every single place you go. When I was at the doctor's office, I had the bag, and the nurse, she first caught her eye because she saw the bag and the company that it comes from. And she's like, "Oh, is that one of those bags?" I said, "Yeah, it is. I love it. It's great." And then she looked at the front of it, and on the front of it, it says "Smell Me," because it's one of the things that I embroidered on the front. And she goes, "Smell me? You really have people smell your bag?" And I kind of held it up, and I was like, "Oh, no, look." And she goes, "Oh, you're a Scentsy consultant." I said, "Yes, I am." So after she took my vitals and everything, she actually sat there and sniffed through a couple of the new scents because she wanted to try them. So that was fun. But that was just me honestly carrying the bag. I didn't ask her. I didn't say anything to her. And so what did I do? I left her with a sample. I left her with a catalog, and told her to look through it. And if she was interested, I'd leave the bag for her to pass around the office. And unfortunately, she was like, "Oh no, we just did one, not a Scentsy party, but they did another party, I guess." She goes, "We just did another party last week." And she goes, I don't want to do it like back to back." No problem. I understand. I'm probably going to be in next month. So I'll catch you next month and we'll do it then. So just little things like that. So again, I'm just kind of planting that seed, right? Just showing her how honestly easy it was just to be able to carry that bag around and even pass it around the office while she's working all day collecting orders. Easy peasy. Building that customer base and really focusing on launching your business. And like I said, getting it off on the right foot or pushing it back onto the right foot, because sometimes that's what we've got to do, right? To keep everything in line, keep everything in check. That's what we have to do. So I hope that you guys will join me in my new series I've got coming for my journey to director. So if you guys are all along the same track as I am, maybe this will inspire you. I hope that you will inspire me, because I'd love to hear your stories too. I love getting to connect with you guys and hear where you guys are at and what's working for you and where your kind of focus is. So I love being able to do that, because I love networking with all of you. You guys are my tribe. And remember, I wanted to say this before we cut out for the week. Registration for Scentsy Family Reunion in Nashville opened on Monday. So excited. I am so excited. If you guys are going to be going to reunion, comment below. Let's pick a time that we can all maybe connect. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be amazing. What else did I have for you today? Launching our business, family reunion. I think that was it. I keep thinking there's something I'm forgetting. And probably 10 minutes after I end this, I will remember it. But anyway, get yourself on track. Figure out your plan. Where do you need to be? What do you need to be doing? If you have questions, if I am not your direct sponsor or upline, then I would definitely encourage you to get with your sponsor, your upline. You can always reach out to me as well. I try to make myself available to you guys as a resource. So you've got me here. Feel free to ask me those questions if I can be of any help to you. Let's get launching. Let's get our business going. Give me some thumbs up. Let me know how this is working for you. And until next week for our next Training Tuesday, go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Peace, love, happiness. Bye.